Hi, and good morning, parents, I guess. So this video is to show area model and partial product and how we do it in class. So I'm going to start off by sharing my screen. And then so we'll start off with just a 1 digit. So we'll do 2 times, let's say 54. So we'll do a 1 by 2. And so how for area model, they start off by making a rectangle. I always tell them put the smaller number on the left and then put the greater number on the top. And so what they would do here is they would do 5 or 2 here. I apologize. And then now we have to break it up in this 54 into expanded form, which means it would be which is expanded form. And from there, we take our 50, we put it here, and then we take our 4, and we put it here. And now we draw our boxes. So because this is just a 1 digit, we don't need a line going across, we just need the line going down. And so what we would do is now we multiply our 50 by 2. I teach the kids if there is a 0, you automatically bring that 0 down. And then 5 times 2 is 10. So 50 times 2 is 100. And then we have 4. Now we have to do 4 times 2, and 4 times 2 is 8. Now we take our 100. And we do 100 plus 8. And we add that all together. And we do 8, 0, 1. So 54 times 2 is 108. And there's our answer. And I would teach the kids, circle your answer. Now, let's say we go, because it does go by 3. They have been working on 3 digits. So let's say 156 times 5, right? And so again, we start off with our square, or our rectangle, I'm sorry. Again, I put the smaller number on the left, that's just my preference. And then I put my greater number, again, we have to break that into expanded form, which would be 300 plus 50 plus 6. And so when you add it all back up together, you see that you get 356. And then from here, we go 300. And so they can draw their line here. And so the bigger the box means the greater the value of the number. Does it really matter? No, but that's how they do show it in the book. And then we have 50. And then we have 6. And then so again, I would do 3. I would actually bring my 2 zeros down, right? Because anything times 0 is 0, so no need to like spend time computing that. So let's bring those 2 zeros down. 3 times 5 is 15. So 300 times 5 is 1500. Then again, bringing my 0 down. 5 times 5 is 25. So 50 times 5 is 250. And then I have 6 times 5, which is 30. And now I add it all up, and I get 300 plus 50 plus, oh, sorry, I was doing the wrong thing. 1,500 because we're adding what's in the box, plus 250 plus 30. And again, we add that all up. 0 all the way down. 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 2 is 7. And 1. Our answer is 1,780 for that one. And so now we're going to do a 2 by 2. And that's pretty much as far as we got when it came to area model. And so we're going to do a 2 by 2, just random 24 times 15. Those are pretty easy numbers, just to, right off the top. We draw our box. And again, we have to break these up into area models. I try and teach the kids to just break them up right away. 50 plus 4, and then you have 10 plus 5, right? So if we break those up, we know which set of numbers we're working with. That is your best bet. And so that way you're not getting confused and trying to break them up and work on the problem at the same time. And then so I am going to put my 10 and 5, right? And then I'm going to put my 2 or 20 here. And I want to put my 4 here. And this is where I have to draw my line across because we have to separate. And then we bring this down. Just like that. So now we have the 4 boxes. And so now I have 2 zeros, so I know I need to bring those down or put those in the box. 2 times 1 is 2, so 20 times 10 is 200. And then I have a 0 here, so I'm going to put this in this box right here because again we're doing 4 times 10, and we have a 4, so 4 times 10 is 40. Again, I have it. Now we're going to do 20 times 5, and so I have a 0. I'm just going to bring it down. 2 times 5 is 10. So 2 times, or 5 times 20 is 100. And then I have a 4 and a 5 that I'm multiplying. So 4 times 5 is 20. And so now I'm just going to add them all up like I did before. And so I have 200 plus 100. And I teach the kids to start with their greatest and go to your least. So that way everything lines up when you're adding up and it makes less room for error. And we draw the line. And so zeros all the way down in my ones place is a 0. I have a 4 and a 2 in my tens place, and that is a 6. I have 2 and 1 in my hundreds place, and that is 3. So 24 times 15 is 360, and so that's how they determine that. Now we're going to work on partial product. And this is where a lot of the kids were getting a little confused. And it is easy to be confused by this. So again, we just got up to 2 digits and by 1 digit. So I'm going to do, let's say 56 times 2, just because 2 is simple right now. And that's what we are working on. We're working on our facts of 2s. So we have 2, and again, we're multiplying. We have 2 times 6, which is 12, right? So we're just going to write 12 because we're working in our ones place. So what this is telling me is that I'm multiplying 2 times 6 ones, which is 12. Then I am going to multiply my tens right here, which is a 5. And so I have 2 times 5 tens. And what I do is I bring my 0, so I remember what place value I'm working in. I'm working in my tens place value. 2 times 5 is 10. And so we know it's going to be 100. Then we add it all up. 2, 1, 1. And so my answer is 112. And we could even go a step further and go by threes. And so it would be, let's do 285 times 5. We can go there, right? And again, we're multiplying. And this is what's called partial product. Sorry about this squiggly line. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're multiplying in our 1 section. So I am multiplying 5 times 5 ones. That is what I am, that's what it's telling me I'm doing. And so 5 times 5 is 25. I'm literally just writing it right there. 25. Then I am now multiplying in my tens place. So I am multiplying 5 by 8 tens, which in other words would just be 5 times 8, 80, right? So what I do again, because I'm holding my place value and I'm working in my tens, I do 5 times 8, which is 40. And so 5 times 80 is 400. And again, going over, now we're going to work into our hundreds place. And so I'm going to do a 0 here, a 0 here to hold those place values. And then I'm going to go 5 times 200 because I'm working my hundreds place. So it's telling me I'm working with 5 times 2 hundredths. And so 5 times 2 is 10. But really, 5 times 200 is 1,000. So then we add it all up. 5 in my ones, 2 in my 0, or 2 in my tens, 4, and 1. And so my answer is 1,425. Therefore, 285 times 5, and I apologize for the noise. The kids just found the elf and they're excited. So the answer is 1,425. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and I can give more examples. The kids are working on it as well, still in the class. And yeah, I hope this helps.